It was some Madden players, Madden Talk 24/7, and with a breakdown of the pistol bunch tight information. But just take a look at what I'm ranked right now. I'm ranked 73 in the world right now, top 100, 33 and 8. And if you check, I'm leading the leaderboards in points scored at 38 a game. Next closest person is 32. So my offense is definitely straight, definitely moving the ball very effectively. The first play we're going to break down is the halfback counter. As you see, touchdown, right there. First play, touchdown. But running the counter is only to keep our opponent focused and respectful of the run. So we run the halfback counter. As you see right here, they're really spread out, not really playing the run. So we just run the halfback counter. This formation has 3 runs, actually 4. Halfback draw, halfback counter, strong power, and halfback zone. My favorite run is the halfback counter out of this formation. As you see right here, the biggest part is making sure your running back gets away from the weak side, because sometimes they can get caught from behind. Eddie Lacy, not the fastest, but he gets away from the weak side defender, and we can bounce this play to the outside. And that is why the halfback counter is my favorite run. Now right here we switch to the strong power. And the strong power, this is more of an inside run. The strong power is more of an inside run. Make sure you have the counter or the strong power in your audibles. I prefer the halfback counter. But the strong power is, I like to run a strong power to the right side and the counter to the left side. Now the strong power is especially for when they do not have many people on the right side, and I audible down to, and as you see, I can try to bounce this to the outside, but instead, I just keep it inside and we get a solid 10 yards. And that's how the strong power runs work. You really want to stick to keeping the runs inside and bounce the halfback counters to the outside. Now I'm starting to break down the run just so you can I'm starting from the very, very top. So I'm starting from the runs, and I'll break down the passing plays, and I'll show the gameplay clips. This scheme, very, very effective. Very, very tough to guard. And this is just one scheme in my entire offensive scheme, but I decided I would drop this scheme down for you. I'll drop it on the YouTube just so you can see. But here you see right here, he's not respecting the run. So we just have to call the run play, get a solid 10 to 15 yards. Right here, another solid 10 to 15 yards right there, just to keep them respectful of the run. And finally, he's still not guarding it, so we get another 10 to 13 yards. So we continually make them respect the run, because if you don't, then they would just drop back everybody, and it would just make it so much tougher to pass. Here you see 42-41, and I still run the ball, end up getting a very, very long run right there. It started lagging right there, so I just cut off the game clip. Here you see Matt Forte, and if we break that tackle, we're all for a touchdown. But this is just to keep your opponent respectful of the run. Here you see the strong power right here, bounce to the outside, and this is the game-winning touchdown in overtime. 69-yard run right here with Eddie Lacy. And that's just how we like to have things going. Now, next play we're going to break down is the first passing play, and that passing play is called flood. Now, I like to have tall people on the outside and a tall person in the slot, but on this play it is not needed to have a tall player on the slot. Most times I have Nelson in the slot, Corliss, my tight end, on the outside where Nelson's at now, and I have Cobb as the far inside wide receiver, and that is how I like to run the scheme. But as you see right here, this play, you have to really watch for the tight end route. This route, I mean, that's Richard Sherman and that's Corliss. And that's a pretty solid completion most times. I mean, that's Richard Sherman. And then you still have the X route there. You see Jordy Nelson. You can just pass lead that up. Let me break this down, man. Pass lead that route up. As soon as he gets about 15 yards downfield, there you see the defender slows down. And that is exactly when I start to throw the ball for about a 20 to 30 yard completion. That is what you want that pass to go for. Just go in practice mode, work on pass leading it up. It's a very solid completion. You will see in the gameplay clips. I will be breaking down how to use a catch later on in the future, but I'm going to just tell you how I did it, and I'll just keep throwing these routes, keep practicing. But as I said, I'm going to break down how to use a catch more in depth. But as you see right here, about a 20 to 30 yard pass right there with about 26 yards. Now you still have to watch for Wise route against man coverage. As I showed that route earlier, you still got to watch for that route against man, and you still got to watch the tight end route. You can slant B against man coverage. You can slant him against zone coverage. But this route that the tight end is on destroys zone coverage also. The play we're breaking down right now is flood. And as soon as he makes that first move, you just throw it to him. I love this play on 3rd and long, 4th and long, also on short yardage. If it's playing zone, you pretty much have to use it that route, or, try to man somebody up. Hopefully they guard him. Very, very tough route to defend. You still got to watch for that route that Y is on right there. And against zone, I like to leave B on his flat route, especially because if your opponent blitzes you, flat routes can go for long yardage. I've had flat routes go for 30-yard touchdowns. So against zone, I like to leave him on that flat route, and it really opens up Y on that route. And also, that is something I will be covering later on in the video, how to attack the defense deep from the slot position against zone coverage. So I'll be breaking down that later on in the video. And here we go with the gameplay clips. Here you see I'm running flood, and I just push him out the way with Brandon Marshall. As I said, you have to have tall wide receivers on these routes to make them work. There you see again, I just throw it to Alshon Jeffrey's defense does not stand a chance. In this same game that I was playing earlier with the Bills, showing the gameplay clips running the ball, if you just put the slot dude, put the far inside dude on slants, and you will really see. There you see the tight end route against zone, but the inside receiver, putting him on a slant, that is very, very crucial. You can go for a lot of yards on that play. There you see right there, the route against zone coverage is killer. It's 3rd and 22. I audible the flood. And just look at what happened right here. I slant Y that time instead of slanting B. And I'm rolling out. I playmaker up Y on the slant. I get the route that I wanted. One-on-one coverage. I throw it up and we get a freaking 45-yard completion. Now you playmaker by holding left trigger or L2 on PlayStation and just moving the right analog stick up. And that is how you playmaker. But right here, man, I'm down 14-0. 3rd down and 10. I'm rolling out again. There you see what playmaking can do right there. Hold down left trigger on Xbox or L2 on PlayStation and move the right analog stick up or left or whatever direction you want to move. Move the right analog stick and it will move. If you want to move them backwards, move the right analog stick backwards. But here you see I'm rolling out, and they are focused on A. They are focused on A. You have about 5 people accounting for A, and they just forget about Y. So I playmaker up Y upfield, and next thing you know, a 75-yard touchdown with the stutter step. To do the stutter step, just tap left trigger, and you'll do a nasty stutter step. I mean, I'm over here just, really, really simple. Really, really simple. There you see right there. You cannot play flood with no safety over top because X's route burns him deep almost every single time. You have to account for that. Then right there, the blitz is coming, and that's Darrelle Revis. That's Darrelle Revis against Boykins. Bostic. Wait, what? What is this? And he goes for a long touchdown with no safety over the top. 4th down and 7. A game I just got done playing last night. I have X wide open. But of course, I go to the difficult read with 4 guys on him. That's just the way I play, man. Very, very crazy style of how I play. And this is the same game, but later on, look at that. That is, oh my goodness, that's just beautiful right there. He goes for the first cut. I hold on to the ball, wait till he's done the second cut against man coverage, and there you go for the touchdown. So that's just breaking down flood, and we broke down the halfback counter and how to run the strong power now. Next play we're going to break down. This play I really only like against man coverage, and this play is called cross drags. All I like to do on this play is I like to slant B, and you can drag your tight end, slant your tight end, but really I like to slant B, and that's really basically the only adjustment I like to make on that play. Now, as I was saying, the inside receiver, B. Putting him on slants is killer. I basically like to put him on a slant out of most of my plays. Basically, the inside receiver, put him on a slant, and there you see the crossing route that Y is on. It creates a levels concept. I've had people try to use it both, and I will show you what happens when you try to use it both. Here, they are at different depths of the field. It's about a 10-yard difference, and you can pass the wide route up, which I will show you later in the gameplay clips, so that increases the yardage between them to about 20 yards. And I will show you that later on in the video. But this play I really only like against man coverage. And last, you still have X, Jordy Nelson, on that in route. That in route is very, very good. Very, very good in route right there. And it really does beat man coverage, but it takes a long time. It does take a long time to beat man coverage. So that's really your last read. But against the blitz, you should have B on his slant open. You should have Y on his crossing route open, or you should have A. So, but that can be your last read. There you see I'm rolling out, so he gets even more open right there on the play, and we hit him for about a 20-yard gain. So that's about it for cross drags. Really, this is only a man blitz beater right here. Really only a man or blitz beater. Against zone coverage, I don't really like the crossing routes, but sometimes they do get open against zone coverage also. So let me show this play against zone coverage. There you see you can pass that route up, and it goes for about 20 to 25 yards, sometimes even more. So do not sleep on the crossing route that Y is on. Very, very versatile route. There you see the tight end on the slant really makes it tough. And they have to pick between 4 receivers. Jordy Nelson is about to go in the middle of the field also. So it's a very, very read-based play in which you have to make the right reads. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I struggle with it a lot. So that's the reason I only like this play against man coverage, because against zone, you really have to make the right read. And sometimes I make the wrong read. But here you see you have the inside in route right here. You just pass it to him. It's 4 guys on him, but that is completely wide open on that play right there. And let me show you the gameplay clips. Man. 3rd and 17. I'm over here using the Bears. I isolate Brandon Marshall, put him on a streak just to clear up the field. And I pass that route left and up. So at about a 10 o'clock angle, that's how I threw that pass lead on that last play right here. 3rd down and 12. I'm down 17. He sends the blitz. And yes, I have X wide open. I have B open. But guess who I go to? I go to Y, and I pass lead it up. Ends up getting open for an 82-yard touchdown. So as I said, the route might look covered. It might look covered. But if you pass lead it up field, you can really push him wide open. There you see right there, again, just pass leading it up, throwing up a lob right there, and it goes for a huge gain. Now, this is my favorite play. You already know I had to save the best plays for last. This is my favorite play, and I'm going to have a lot of fun breaking down this play, and this play is called verticals. Very, very basic. Really, the only adjustment I like to make is I like to fade Y and possibly slant my tight end. You can put B on a slant just in case if it's man coverage. So really, you can put B on a slant, A on a slant, or you can leave him on the route. You can block. But let me just break down the 2 critical routes on this play, and that is the X route and that is the Y route. And soon you will not be able to tell the difference, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about later on in the video. But here you see, his route it's the same with the flood play. Same exact route, just a little different, but the same exact result. If you don't have a safety over top, and that safety is occupied by Cobb running his fade route, so then you cannot recover and guard Jordy Nelson in time. Here you see right there, the pass lead, just pass lead it up, click on and go get it. And that just makes the play very, very tough to guard. That really makes the play very, very tough to guard, because you have to account for so much, and sometimes your safety just picks the wrong guy and allows somebody wide open, like on this play right here. That is why we fade Y, and that's why I left B on his initial route on that play right there, because it really makes the safeties pick and choose who they want to cover. And sometimes they can't cover both. There you see, he's worried about Boykin on his route that B is on. So he's worried about that route, and he can't guard Jordy Nelson. And the other corner is worried about Corliss on his little vertical route. So that just leaves Y completely wide open down the middle of the field, and that goes for very long touchdowns in my games. Then you still have Corliss on his route, pass lead that route up as soon as he leaves the corner and goes to the deep blue. So right now he's guarded by number 20, and as soon as he passes him or starts to pass him, then you throw it so Maxwell cannot recover. There you see right in between both of them. It takes a lot of timing. You probably had Y open on that play. He probably had a step. Many times he does. And look, I mean, I'm not using speed demons. I'm not using jump demons. This guy Corliss, what he has like 74 jump, like 70 catching traffic. Does not matter. Does not matter. And there you see you have B. You can pass lead that route upfield, pass it behind the linebacker. It takes a lot of timing, takes some practice, but what does it? What does it right there? There you see what I like to do. If he does not beat anybody deep, you can just throw it up, pass lead it up, click on and get in front. As I said, I will break down how to use the catch more in depth, but if he does not get a step, you can just throw it up. I mean, Jordy Nelson's only 6'3", only has like 84 jumps, so it's not like I'm using Calvin Johnson or anything like that. I'm using Nelson and Corliss. So this can be done with any team. Honestly, this can really be done with any team. You just need an accurate quarterback. There you see I'm throwing it up to Corliss, and that is very consistent. Might look fluky, but you will see in the gameplay clips, it is by far from being a fluke. But there you see right there, I like to throw that as soon as he gets about 25 yards upfield. This one I like to wait a lot longer than I do with the X route. I like to wait a lot longer till it's definitely one-on-one. Right before he turns his back, I like to throw the ball. So as you see right here, he's about 2 steps from turning his back. So it requires a lot of timing. If you throw it right as he turns around, he does not have time to turn back around and defend the ball. And there you see Corliss having a step. What does he have, like 74 speed? Or like, he's not fast at all. So that is why I'm trying to tell you, you do not need speed demons on this play. I promise you, you don't need any jump demons. You don't need any demons at all, man. This offense is a demon. This offense is a demon. Very, very tough. And this is only the first part. This is only one formation. I won't be dropping a full offensive guide. If you're watching this video and it's past September, the guide is going to be out. So by the end of this month, there you see the guide will be out. Throwing it up to Jordy Nelson. This is only one formation. I run about 5 to 6. Working on a 7th, so I would definitely have you covered right there. But this is why I really like this play, and it is so tough to defend. I'm rolling out, and I end up throwing a strike to Corliss, ended up out of bounds, but there you see he was open right there. Call the exact same play. I'm rolling out, and they just leave B open on this route. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Running this verticals play, very, very freaky stuff happens. I'm talking about, you're just like, yo, how's this guy wide open? It's Jordy Nelson. Like I said, I'm not using speed demons. That's Jordy Nelson. Look at this catch right here. For any Corliss doubters, this is what Corliss has to say about the doubters right there, man. Snagging on triple coverage right there. Triple coverage. I just click on, go inside, catch the ball. He's like 6'4", 250, and that is why I like Corliss. He's not the fastest. He's not the tallest, but he does catch the ball for me. And I think that's most important. There you see I got Boykin right there, ends up dropping the ball. But we call the exact same play again, and this time we slant B. And look at the difference. Look at the difference right there. Superman tackle. Don't know how he tackled me. Should have been a touchdown. Call timeout. And again, the same game. The same game right there. And Jordy Nelson is continually beating him deep. I heard this guy said, I'm shading over top. How is this happening? I don't know, but just fade Y. You can slant B. You can leave him on his route. It really depends. If he keeps getting locked up in man coverage, put him on some slants. If he keeps, oh my goodness, Corliss. Oh my goodness, man. This dude Corliss is definitely a dog. 4th down and 10. And see, this is where you change it up. I called flood. Remember we broke down flood early on in the video. He blitzed. and he did not have a safety over top, one-on-one, and we threw it to A after his first cut. Here you see 4th and 27. I'm down 33-7, and this is why I like this play, because I never feel like I'm out the game. I never feel like I'm out the game with this play. I mean, I'm down, like 26 points in the third quarter, and I'm just throwing it deep. There you see Cobb burning everybody, and Cobb's a little bit faster than Nelson, so he got a little bit of extra space. But as I say, you don't need anyone fast. I mean, this is Bostic. There you see, that's Bostic right there, burning them deep. And, I just keep scoring points. And finally right there, they just leave him wide open right there. Bostic, they're just not even guarding him. I mean, he's getting open deep. I'm talking about, like, what's going on? Pass leading up to Jordy Nelson, clicking on, go getting the ball. Bostic is going off, and now we're only down 14 points. Throwing it up to Jordy Nelson, get off me, runs him over. He's guarded by 3 people, but that's wide open in my eyes. I'm rolling out. I see B got a step, ends up overthrowing him. But we end up scoring, and this is our red zone play I'm going to break down next, and that is the fake screen play. I'm going to break down that play next, but, let me tell a little secret, man. Let me tell a little secret right here, man. Here you see, all right, you run verticals, you get a completion. Now you immediately hold down Y to call no huddle. Here you see, I'm holding down Y to call no huddle. Then you press X to audible, and then you reset your play. That fast. And as you see right here, the routes have switched. The routes and the buttons have excuse me. The routes and buttons switch. Like, what? The routes and buttons switch. There you see Y is now running a streak. X is now running the little fade route. What's going on? The inside dude's running B's route. Like, the button switch, the route switch. I'm thinking, like, what is this, man? This play verticals, as I said, very, very tough play. Very, very difficult to defend play. This scheme is very, very tough to defend. Just make the right read, and right there, you see, that's Boykin. He's only 6'2". As I say, you don't need, height demons, speed demons, and now this is Scott Tolzien. Scott Tolzien, as I said, man, you don't need any all-stars. You don't need any all-stars. Oh my goodness, like, this guy Jordy Nelson is an all-star right here, man. This dude, look at this. Triple coverage. I click on. I moss him. He went for the swat. He went for the pick. Doesn't matter. And we go in for the game-winning touchdown. I had 14 seconds. All right, 14 seconds. And I had to go 82 yards with no timeouts. First play, Scott Tolzien. I benched Aaron Rodgers because I didn't like his performance. I can't wait till I post that game, man. People over here always think I'm playing. And here we go right there with the fake screen, our final play. And this play, all I like to do, I like to put Jordy Nelson on a fade, and I like to motion out Boykin behind everybody. And that opens up this route combo right there. You have Boykin open in the middle of the field, and you also have to watch for the wheel route. Now this wheel route, this play can be used outside the red zone. I just really like to use this play in the red zone because of Y's little wheel route. Very, very tough to defend route right there. Very, very tough to defend route, especially when you have Jordy Nelson on his fade route. It really opens him up in the corner of the end zone, and that little space right there. Very, very tough to defend. If you have him guarded, you have Jordy Nelson guarded, chances are you have to watch the angle route that's coming back inside. Here you see right here, you have to watch this route. I actually had them both open. I had them both open on that play right there. And last but not least, you still have the tight end on his blue route. You still got the tight end on his blue route that you have to account for. But as you see right here, I just motion. Next thing you know, easy touchdown. He beat the man coverage right there. And then later on, I just motion him out same way. It's just the computer. I'm just messing around, trying to, this is where I find all my plays in practice mode, or it gets the computer, and then I play against people, and I get it for game-winning touchdowns like that. Game-winning touchdowns like that. So I really hope you enjoyed this breakdown. I really hope you enjoyed the scheme. Check out my offensive guide. As I said, if you're watching this video past September, the guide is out. I'm putting a guide out in September, so click the description, click the link in the guide to purchase the guide. I'll be dropping the guide, New Orleans guide. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown. And Jude God, I dropped 7 on you, bum. Stop playing with me. Talking about my offense weak.